Hi, everybody, and well live. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I have my special guest, Andrews, with me again today to talk about his journey from a civil engineer to becoming a dadpreneur, to living an entrepreneurial life, and how much of a change he has seen in this life. So, Andy, will you tell the audience a little background about you, those who have not seen part one and two, and also the change now? What did your professional career give to you, your wife, and your daughter, Dora? And what has this digital business given to you, Jennifer, your wife, and your daughter, Dora? What is the difference been?
Thank you, Nandini, for having me here. And people who don't know me, I'm Andrews. I live in Melbourne with my family. I have a 2 years old daughter, Theodora. So I worked for 10 years in the civil engineering field. And then now I'm a full time digital business owner. So coming back to the question, um, so why what my professional career has given me, and then what the business is giving me at the moment. So I want to break down in like as a advantages and disadvantages. So firstly, I want to talk about the advantages of the professional career. Okay, so we were all taught that okay, once you finish your studies you need to secure a good job or in a good company. Some people will be proud of saying like, oh, I'm working for Google, I'm working for Infosys. Same as like me, like I'm in a construction field. We do have uh, big companies where you want to work on massive projects. So I've been there. I worked really hard, and then I took a lot of challenges in between, where I had to manage the whole crews, equipments, machines. So there's a lot of challenges to come across. There's been a lot of learnings as well. So over the time, so in these 10 years, what's the advantages of that is one thing I've learned the skills. Secondly, confidence, then stable income, then value of me in the market, and then career level. So started as a grad, now ended up in a senior project engineer level, which is equal to like project manager role. And then option to get back if I want to quit or take a break or anything. I have a confidence that I can take up any job role. Okay, and there is always companies that who can hire me because of my skills and the experience I have. See, that confidence is always with me. That's what I got from my professional career. And at the same time, what business has given me is, so I built a huge good network where people have a like mindset, and then I can leverage the income. So basically, when I was working on paycheck. I know my fixed salary, but here if I work more, I know that I can earn more. So I know how I could leverage myself. And then value of me again, like because I've already have skills. So I know what if I do anything more, then my value gonna be more in the society. And then so with the business, once I started with business, I know just I can run any business now. So basically like when you work as a employee, you know that you can work for any companies. Same as this, if I start a business, I know that I can run any business. So and then there's no the other best thing was the satisfaction I have after starting the business, because it's not about um, just making money or building your network or whatever, but you're actually helping people. And then that gives so much satisfaction, and at the same time I have a lot of time for the family now, because if I don't want to work, I don't really have to do anything. But whereas in my job, I still have to do the things.
Yes.
So it's not in that case. So family time is something that I really put as the major advantage in this case, in the business. um, and coming to the disadvantages, so one is See, I'll be really honest. So with my 10 years career, okay. So after the 10th year, in my 11th year, if you ask me what I have, I lit, what I went through this um, on the level from my professional career is, firstly, the mental health, it got affected. Yeah.
Yes,
And then so as my income increased, actually, I know that my base is good and everything, but at the same time I'm also paying huge taxes. So that
right,
means I'm actually, I can see the numbers, but I can't enjoy those numbers because I can't spend those numbers. It straight
right,
goes into the government, like taxations.
yes,
So one thing, that thing, and the other thing is anxiety and depression. Why? Because once you become get into a senior level, there's a lot of responsibility on you. At the same time, you got your family to manage, so not everyone can take the whole the whole scenarios where it will crush you down. Like, I want to just give an example. Just if you want to try, you take a uh, vessel with the water in it. You take aluminum foil, just try to fold them, crush it, and put it in water. It will float. That means if you give some problems to it, it will float. But take that same foil, put it on, then hammer it down full, like, bump, give all the pressure to it and put it in water, it will sink. So that means a person can handle only little amount of pressures. So if you put more pressure, get sink, you get sunk. So basically it's the same thing for me. I went through that. So I've realized is, okay, it's not something I can't manage 10 things or 100 things at a time. So then I took a break. So I had like mood swings, and uh, like other question, like, who do you remember from your first job? So I worked for like probably how many, six companies maybe. So I don't remember. I don't have any contact from the first 2 3 companies I worked for. So that network is gone. Everyone is busy in their own career. So that's it. There's no network. That's the disadvantages of your professional career. Coming to the business, yes, there are disadvantages for this also. The one thing is, initially I had to struggle in the sense, when I was complaining 10 hours, 12 hours of work in my professional career, here I actually spend 13, 14 hours. That's the extra time you spend, but got another thing that you can work in your own time. So that's disadvantages. You have to spend more time initially, and later you'll see those rewards. And the other thing is, there's no stable income, because since when you know the paycheck that next month you're gonna earn this much. So it's really good to manage your finances, but in the business, you need to be prepared that, okay, you're not working for the money, you're working for your wealth, and then uh,
yes,
you're building your empire. So
yes,
your primary focus should be on that. So that's why don't see the money in the beginning. So money comes on its own. So that's a disadvantages where you can't see the money straight away. Okay. And then sometimes when you think like, okay, you started this business and then I'm not getting the results, I'm not able to see the growth. So there will be low times for sure. Just like maybe when you're at work, probably your boss have asked you to do something. Maybe they would have, like, yelled at you, or probably, oh, why didn't you do it, or something. You feel low that day, right? It's the
right,
same with the business. When you don't see the results, because there's no one to question you, first you're your own boss, so you'll question yourself within, and that's when you go low. Okay. So at the same time, you need to encourage yourself, or sometimes you need people who can encourage you. Okay. And that's the advantage of our community, where people are there to encourage. So we need a coach properly. So we have a wonderful coach, yeah. So we need that right set of people who can encourage you, to lift you up, and you come out of that low point. Okay. And that is again achievable here. And then See, the other thing is of to see when you apply for a home loan. See, that's what I'm facing at the moment. Okay, when you want to go for home loan, once you have a permanent role, permanent job, it's easy to get a loan. Okay, but the business, it has to be at least 2 years old. You need to file your taxes for at least 2 years, and then you can get huge loans, basically more than your part-time, I mean like your full-time job. You can actually get here more loans. So that's why you need, that means basically you have to build for those 2 years, and that's when you see all the success and all the fruits of your business. It's not like 1 day, 2 day, month, or a year. It's at least give time, 2 years, where you fully enjoy the benefits of the business, and then the full luxury of what you have done so far. See, these are the thing, but what I want to say comparatively to advantages and disadvantages of both. So people who are already doing a business, working full time, it's time for the people to also work for themselves. You don't have to start something big. Start small, and that's when probably an hour a day, if you take for yourself, maybe at later it, that 1 hour of your time will replace your 10 hours of job working for lifetime. So
Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
so that's
Yeah,
what I want to say. Take that step. I will not say don't do the 9 to 5 or don't do any job. You have to do the justice for your education. So you learn skills, do that, and in the meantime also work for yourself. But one day, that 1 hour which you started on day one, probably on the 365th day, it will replace your full pressures, whatever.
absolutely, absolutely. So, it's the passion of our organization. And it's Andy's passion and my passion, not only to help ourselves, but to help others build a legacy for generation to generation to generation. And that's what this digital business does. It's not short sighted, it's long sighted. So, whenever something is far sighted, yes, you have to work hard. It's not a
Yeah.
get rich quick scheme. But the benefits, the long term benefits are so great. And you have to be patient, as he said. In the first month, you're not going to see some great thing happening. It takes time. You speak to anybody they'll tell you that. वक्त लगता है for a business. It takes time. But at least the money is going to come to you. So that's my next question, Andrews.
Yes.
What is it that made you decide to live the life of 5% of people do this? 5% of people live for their success, whereas 95% of the people live for the success of others, which is their bosses. What made you choose to be 5%?
Okay. That's a really good question, Nandini. So it's basically, see, what we were taught is get your education, and then secure a job, work for it. So see, everyone does that. So or otherwise, if you wanna straight jump into the business, either your family has to be already in the business, already set up something for you. So that will be an option, or your family should be a well-off thing, and also you should have the proper knowledge that you want to start a business. Okay. Coming to 95%, see, I'm telling you, I was also one of that 95% since this 10 years. Okay. So I finished my education, got a job, working well, earned well, everything was good until my baby was born. Because I've seen success, I was earning good, everything was good. Okay. One day when she was 3 months old, that's when she didn't um, recognize me. And being as a becoming a father and this age, I felt something that I'm missing, and that slowly it was hitting. And then I've realized, okay, family time with my career, I think I will never ever be able to, like, manage that or give that. So even if I make millions, I think my baby, one day she grows up, she would say, Dad, probably you didn't give me time much in your when I was young. So probably she would have that question. Why I tell you, because what I faced in my early childhood. My parents both were government employees. I said in the previous sessions as well. You can watch the other parts, part one and part two. I've mentioned this. So I used to live with my dad. Me and my brother used to live with my dad for almost 4 years, from first standard to fourth standard. So in that year, so everyone knows, like, when you have a, it's on your birthday, what you do to when you go to school, you take pack
Mm.
of chocolates, give it to all your classmates, and you take one of your friends with you and then distribute to all the teachers in the school.
Correct.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah.
One day actually I took, like, literally those days, the dairy milk chocolates, the big ones.
Yeah.
I took all of that and I gave it to all my friends, and then all my teachers. I gave the big dairy milk chocolates. It was like, usually give like eclairs or something, like, small chocolates, but I was giving like all nice, like, big chocolates for that. So everyone thought like, like, they were questioning me, why didn't you wear like, civil uniform or a colored dress? They should say, not uniform. I told like, no, this is not my birthday. I literally said my mom got transferred and she moved with us, literally. Like, one of there was a, I still remember, it was a maths teacher. So he made me sit in front of me, and it's like, are you serious? I mean, all these years, I mean, I know you study well, you're first in class. How did you even manage at home at this age?
No,
Don't Did you
wonderful.
miss your mom? I said, that's why I'm giving these chocolates. I was literally crying there,
Yeah.
because out of tears, I mean, joyful tears, right? So that was the biggest thing I did. Like, it's not something my mom achieved, senior most position or anything. All I was expecting was like my mom to come and stay with us.
Yes.
Okay, see, that's kind of joy you want. Okay, and then my brother, who's like 4.5 years elder to me, so he actually, throughout his life, even when he was doing his bachelor's time, he used to compare with me, and then he used to tell my mom and dad both that at some stage you left me with grandparents, and then for one couple of years he was with staying with grandparents where my mom and dad used to work. So, and that he had that impact right from childhood. And even when he was like grown up, he still used to question my parents. And that's why, when I think that got affected in the early stages itself, my mom and dad, they made sure later that they didn't let me to go anywhere. So I was always with them until my 10th standard. So they didn't let me go anywhere else. So I know the value. And my brother always keeps complaining, oh, because like mom and dad, they took good care of you. That's why you are like this. For me, they left me. So that's why I'm independent and all that. See, that kind of effect is always there. What the reason I'm saying is, my parents have already worked hard because they wanted to give a good life to us so that we don't have to go through the same. But now, after having so much education and this much of success or the excellence in your life and what your parents have done for you, if I repeat the same thing to my kid, if, like, my kid is born, if I don't manage things here, if I it's easy for me to send my kid and leave my kid to with the grandparents there. She will be in India. Me and my wife can both work full time, earn, but at what cost? So, what's the point of what my parents have sacrificed for? Is it why I'm, like, I moved to Australia and then do the same thing, leaving my child in a child care? No, that's not it. It's not necessarily like, you don't have to send to childcare. You can send 1 or 2 days, it's okay. uh, because why I'm saying is, like, I see my own friends who have sent their kids who are like 8 months, 9 months old. They are in India and both the parents are here. I feel so sad.
Yeah.
literally. I so that's where the 95% people are, and I don't want to be a part of that. uh,
Agree.
so that 5% started for me to be able to present for my kid. When she runs, I want to be there. When she falls, I want to pick her up and say it's okay. So I
Yes.
want to be that person where I show that care and love when she needs it.
Yes.
So that's why that 5%, and I'm working hard for it. And that's when I think I see the success. See, even like if you see Apple or the even Tesla, Elon Musk, they all started small
Yeah.
somewhere. They could have, like, once they graduated, they would have like took any jobs. They could have worked for a companies, but they didn't do that. They work for themselves, and it took years and years and years. Today, you call them a billionaires, world's richest men. Not overnight, not. It took so many years because they believed in themselves and they worked for it. In the recent interview, Mark Zuckerberg, he tells, once he had a plan, his friend said like, no, let's not do it, and all his committee members, everyone said like, let's not do that plan, but he stick to it, and then he worked for it, and then he made the shares like go up high, and he's become a billionaire. So he believed in himself. He didn't follow everyone.
5%. 5%.
He wanted to be in that 5% or probably in 1%. Okay.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
believed that's why they became billionaires. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I want to become a billionaire. What I want to say is, for me, being that 5% is to be able to be present for my family, and also whatever the skills I've learned being in that 95%, I want to use it for myself. And then definitely, whether I fall or not, I will again one day I'll step up and I'll
Yeah.
see the success. So you need to have a right mindset for that. You need to know your why you want to be in that 5%, why you're doing, and then work for it. It's not,
Absolutely.
I'm just 5%, I'm not gonna do job, I'm gonna just start a business. No, that's not gonna happen. Why you want to be there, why you wanna start a business,
Yes.
why you need to work hard. If you know that all, that's when you can question why don't the success will come to you. So
Yes. I
success
am
will,
very clear. I want to be a billionaire. I'm in that 5%. I
yeah,
want to be a billionaire. And I know most people my age are 95%. Oh,
yeah,
we can't do online. Oh, we can't do this. Oh, we can't do that. But I know that I can and I will. And I am a billionaire and it's going to happen.
yeah. See, one straight example, Nandini, I really want to share because this keeps hurting me because um,
Yes.
I have a lot of friends here, okay,
Yeah.
and most of my friends are like now married, they have kids, okay.
Yeah.
I think everyone out of, maybe I don't know anyone who is doing their own business, but everyone are doing full-time jobs, uh, both, and they're sending their kids to everyone's story. They're sending their other kids to childcare
Oh,
Monday
home.
to Friday. Both are doing full-time job, um, and then coming back home, and then they'll sleep. That's it. That's their life. Okay. And then the other set of people, they've sent their kids to
India.
home country, to back in India, so the grandparents look after them. That's it, and they come. They're working here. At what cost? Why are they doing it? So same as, see, I have these many people who are not like me, and it's not that I break friendship or I don't do. I'm with them, but I tell myself I don't want to be that person.
Yes.
Definitely, I don't want to be that person because the kid needs me and my wife. So at least now my wife went out for work. Now I'm looking after. Why shouldn't I sacrifice when she wants to build her career?
You're
She will do
amazing.
it. And I need a break. It's okay
Yes.
to take a break.
Yeah.
So now I took a break. I work for it. Now I don't need the other job.
Yes.
So I
Yeah.
can do whatever I want.
Ah,
So that 5%. The other thing, the saddest part is, I think you would have heard like a lot of stories when your wife, like I'm talking about my wife, okay, when your partner is like carrying, she's about to have a delivery soon, conceive, um, so you bring your grandparents to look after, okay. So the reason you're calling your, like the, I mean your parents, because to look after the household work and to help during the delivery time. It's okay, delivery time is fine. So they literally, people, they bring the parents, put a visa for them just to do the household work and look after the baby, like a nanny. Some nanny can also do that here if you hire. So you basically, and they don't take uh, the parents to good locations or have the relaxation. Which, say for example, when I go to India, I want to have relaxation time, and
yes,
then I want to
yes.
explore more. I want to spend like quality time. I don't want to work, I don't want to do anything, okay. When I'm like this, when you're calling your parents here, they will also
Yeah.
feel that they need a break from there. They want to explore here, they want to spend lovely time with the baby, with you, and then with everyone. So mostly all my friends, what they do, they take to some other friends homes. That's it, they'll get along, and then let them do the household work, and these people, they go to work. This is what happens, and it's really sad. But I made sure when my mother-in-law came, she was here, she spent time with the baby, and at the same time I was working that time, so my wife was at home. So I told, like, you don't need to work, you just take care of mom. But I made sure every weekend I used to take her, all the do all the visits. And when I called my dad, I literally took my dad. My dad was not even able to walk. I put him on the wheelchair and I used to take him around all the places,
Ah,
took him to sea life and all that. See, that's kind of the thing you need to do. Your parents or uh, your in-laws, when they are coming overseas just to treat your, I mean, like to help during the pregnancy time or whatever, so treat them properly, so that, you know, take care of, they have their own leisure time and they explore more, they feel happy about it. See, that's where this is all comes under, when you work for yourself, you have that time freedom and you have the right mindset. So that's why 95% people, even like financially or personally or emotionally, 95% will people do the same things. And I don't want to do the same things like everyone does. I want to be in that 5%.
fab. Even I.
Yeah.
Very good, Andy. Thank you so much for this. Is there anything else you'd like to tell the audience?
um Yes, for sure. See, it's well, like 95% when I say it's 9 to 5 as well. We just got to know about that.
Yeah,
So it's okay. That sounds well. When the term is there, also see, when you finish your studies, that's where your parents have worked hard for it to get you proper education, and then you secure a job. That's well and good, so that you are not dependent on anyone, you are not still giving burden to your parents. So be that person, but at the same time build that wealth for yourself, so that when your kid grows up, you will give them a better life, okay. Now think about, your parents have worked hard now, so that you don't have to work hard so much, okay. And then your kids have to enjoy the luxury. Probably you didn't enjoy the luxury, but your kid should enjoy the luxury, and that's why you work hard for. And but for that you have to build a legacy. But again, if you are just stuck with 9 to 5, if
can't.
that job is gone, what about your kid? What do they have from you? Nothing. So the job is gone with you. So build something for your family in the meantime. So once you build work on it, your kid will have an option to enjoy what you left for them. So build that empire for your kid. Your parents have already worked hard, you worked hard. Don't let your kids work hard. Let them enjoy. let them build their own path. I'm not saying they don't have to work hard. They will find their own way, in whatever they want, but leave that legacy for your next generation. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Andy. That was really wonderful. I admire you so much, and I'm so grateful God has put you in my team with me, because it's
Okay.
so nice to see how much you do for your child, how supportive you are for your wife, and how you're so open and vulnerable about who you are. You're not scared or shy to put it out there that, look, I had mental health problems and I did something to change it. I
Yeah.
think you are amazing and I really love you so much and I'm so grateful to be part of your life. So see you
Okay.
soon and thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nandini. Thank you all. Yeah.